What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Socially Awkward Podcast. My name is Adam. I'm back again with my friend Ryan. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty good, sir. Doing pretty good. Just chilling. Got my daughter in the other room, chilling. I'm watching TV. Gonna go to the store after this. But yeah, doing great. Can't complain.
That's awesome. Like to hear that. You, I sent you that link, or I sent you a link. No, maybe I just sent you a screenshot of this whole Travis Scott thing.
Yeah.
Did you look into that at all?
I did. I looked more into it because it was like trickling into my news feed and everything on Facebook and TikTok and everything and Twitter. And I looked more into it. And I was like, what's really going on? Because I heard some people die from it. There. I was like, what? And yeah, it's crazy. I was like, holy crap! I saw some videos. I saw the news press, legitimate news releases and news press releases and everything like that. That was insane. Like 8 people died.
Yeah, it's 8 people died that they know of. I think that's the final count. But what's crazy to me is the fact that they just kept going. And I want to give Travis Scott a little bit of credit because I know he's getting. Apparently, there's already like lawsuits that are in the works. They're suing Travis Scott. They're suing Drake. They're suing is it Live
Nation.
Live Nation. They're suing them all. I don't know, man. Like what I try to do in these situations, and I know it's tragic, and there's like emotions, or everyone's pissed off. Who should we blame for this? Everyone wants to blame someone immediately, and I think that Travis Scott may be at fault. Live Nation may be at fault. I don't know why they're suing Drake. Maybe does he own Live Nation? I don't know.
I don't think he owns Live Nation. What was he supposed to be a part of the show?
Well, I guess he did. A clip I saw, he did show up, and they were on stage together for a bit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they're going after all parties then.
Yeah. So, but my thing is, we got to be really careful in these situations to start raking people over the coals in the court of public opinion before a single actual fact come out. Now, there are facts came out that 8 people died. Not fucking like at a concert. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Apparently,
whenever he came out, they just started rushing the stage, and people literally. I don't know if they all die like this, but some of the deaths where people just literally got trampled to death, and that sounds horrific. Just thinking about it sounds bad. I couldn't imagine being under people that it's so loud and it's so hot. Apparently, a lot of people are saying, even if you were standing up, they were so packed together that you couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And then you get pushed to the ground on accident. I'm going to assume it was on accident. But no one sees you. And then it's just, but the fact, and then you can't, there's so many people and there's so much chaos and everyone's on drugs and everyone's drinking and everyone's so fucking out of it that people that are reaching down to help people start getting trampled on. I mean, it's a zoo out there, bro.
Dude, like you said a mouthful on that one, because seriously, like I was reading some of the articles.
Yeah, my bad. That's kind of a little
No, absolutely. I mean, that's a great setup for it. Just the fact that everything you said is true. That's what happened. It was like I was reading an article this morning on that, and they were saying people it was so packed in there. Like the arena, it was outside too, but it was so packed that people couldn't breathe. Like it's beyond the whole sardines in the can pack. It was like they were getting crushed standing up.
Yeah,
like they couldn't breathe. They were basically being suffocated standing up because they couldn't get enough oxygen. I'm like, that's freaking nuts. And what's even more, I was reading too, is that I think the local police department or sheriff, I'm not sure what department it was, but they had expressed some concerns to Live Nation and Travis
before
Scott.
The event.
Hey, yeah, before the event. Like, we think this might have a safety concern because it's going to be so big. You might need some more security or something like that. And sure enough, I mean, I saw a video when they
if that's true, then they're definitely getting sued.
Oh yeah. If they came up and said and told them, they're in trouble. But I'm no lawyer, but I'm just saying, if the police or the local law enforcement says you might want to reconsider this because of safety issues or do something or like that, take heed because they know their
Oh.
area. So, but no, it was just crazy because I saw a video that uh, people the fence got pushed down on accident, and then
The
it
fence
was
that was between the stage and the crowd, that fence? Or what fence you
it
talking
just the,
about?
just the arena from the outside for keeping people out, and like the line going in, people it happened to get knocked down, and so people tried to like because I guess it was a sold out event too. The event was sold out,
Okay.
so people just said screw it. They rushed in and got into the arena. Like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I was like, wow. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why wouldn't you have? I mean, first of all, I'm sorry that those people lost their lives because that's prayers and sorrow to the families that lost the people, the 8 people that passed, and anyone who's actually got hurt in that's a situation I don't wish on anybody. Go out there for some fun and good time and then lose your life. That sucks. But yeah, I mean, just with it's very disturbing.
Yeah. Imagine being a parent of, or a husband or a wife of someone who went to a Travis Scott or any concert, but in this case, a Travis Scott concert. They're going, and it's a concert. Like, you don't associate concerts with death, and then they go there and get trampled to death, and that's someone's son or daughter that's under a group of people. Dude, that sounds like a horrific death. That sounds horrific.
Yeah,
And
to get trampled.
are you a concert guy? Do you ever go to concerts?
I've been to how many concerts I've been? Well, besides the kid, my son, he did choir and everything in high school.
Yeah, that doesn't
Official, yeah, okay. So official concerts, 1.5. My first official concert was I took my son. He wanted to go to see Panic in the Disco.
Okay.
Never been to a concert before then, but Weezer was.
It's Panic at the Disco.
Oh, Panic at the Disco. See, there you go.
I mean,
Panic.
you just showed how big of a nerd you are.
I did.
Panic in the Disco.
Damn. Panic at the Disco. And Weezer was playing. Like, basically, Panic at the Disco was headlining. Weezer was the backup. I'm like, damn, I feel old now. Weezer's like not even the headline anymore.
Yeah, wow.
And so I was like, all right, yeah, we go. Took him and his friends. So I went there.
How was that?
That was my first concert.
How was that?
They enjoyed it. They had fun. The environment was cool. It wasn't like chaotic. It was organized. They had security. California was more like strict on certain things. So it was like, hey, no, this, it had metal detectors, all that stuff, cops there, sheriffs, all that stuff like there, because they don't play around. But
yeah, I was watching videos of. Now, these are anecdotal, and I want to be as fair as possible in these situations, and I don't want to say Travis Scott. Maybe is really at fault, and we'll see like how much he actually knew, and maybe more details will come out. So, but I try to give as much benefit of the doubt as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate using these kind of comparisons, but I was watching videos. There was a Linkin Park concert where a similar thing started to happen. They literally, at the first sign of the first person got knocked down, and because they stopped the show, they were like, get him up, get him help, and they were like preaching at the crowd that, look, we don't do that here. We're here to have a good time. Like, no one's getting hurt at our concert. And then they didn't start again until that person, and Adele did this exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And over one person. So here's my question. Look, I know Travis Scott doesn't have all-seeing eye. He can't see everything that's going on. I get that. There's a lot of people, a lot of noise. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was pretty much oblivious. And I did see one video where he did say, hey, well, hold on, this person over here needs help. Like, he did call something out when he saw something that looked like it was wrong. But they said after the ambulance got there, and I guess after one person saw that someone had died and word started getting around, there's fucking dead body here. The crowd was yelling help. The crowd was saying, stop the show, stop the show. And for whatever reason, I don't know if that was negligence or he just didn't understand what they were saying. They just kept going. I guess after the first body got reported, the show went on for another 40 minutes without stopping.
Really?
Yeah. I watched another. It was on ABC video. They were talking about it, ABC News, and I'm like 40 minutes without stopping the show. There's ambulances out there. People are yelling. There's dead bodies out here. It's like, dude, that's fucking nuts.
That is nuts. I mean, because I read something that Travis Scott, his whole PR team and himself put up a statement out saying that when he said, when I caught wind, I stopped the show. I found out, I was like, but you said 40 minutes? That's a whole show in itself.
Now, listen, again, these are just like details that are filtering out through the news. Like, I could be wrong. They could have got their facts wrong. I want to see what the facts are. But the fact that many people were able to go down and lose their lives during the show, and the show never like stopped. Like, I can't imagine going to a concert where there's a dead body and they even finish the damn concert. Like, I know they canceled day 2, but Jesus Christ. I mean, how do you keep going for over half an hour after people are dying? I mean, it just blows my mind.
That's ridiculous. I mean, once you hear anything about death or something like that, I don't care if somebody's pranking or joking, or you might think it's a prank or a joke or whatever. You stop that. It's like, hey, this is serious. Like, somebody talking about death. Yeah. Why would you mess up a whole good thing? You bring that up and say, oh, hey, no, what's going on?
No.
Okay, cool. Because one, that tells, as the performer, you have a responsibility to make sure that
calm it down. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, you have that tone. You basically create the energy and the level of what's going on. Yeah. So, oh, whoa, somebody's hurt. Chill us out. Boom. And I've seen celebrities and performers do that. Like, somebody acting disrespectful, they stop the whole show. Like, nah, he's disrespectful. Get him out.
Yeah.
I've literally seen it. So they have that.
It's their show.
Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their show. But yeah, that's crazy to go 40 minutes with. Oh man.
Yeah. And also, now, I know who Travis Scott is. I don't really listen to his music, and it may be good. It's just for some reason I've never started listening to it. But I was watching a video on another concert of his where, I don't know if you've seen this or not, where some dude, like, I guess when Travis came out to the crowd, some dude like tried to snatch his shoe, took a shoe off his foot or something.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of saying, hey, get him out of here, which, I mean, he did, he was also he was inciting violence. The dude was literally looking at the kid, and Travis Scott was telling people directly, fuck him up. He said over and over, fuck this guy up, fuck him up. And wait.
Was that Travis Scott?
Yeah, it was Travis Scott. I'll send you the link after this. And if you don't, if people watching this, look it up. Please, anything you think, if I'm saying that you think maybe I'm wrong, please comment. Now, I would love to be wrong about what I'm about to say. In the article that I read, below the video, apparently the kid that they fucked up died. I can't verify that. I could be wrong. That could have been horseshit. But at the very least, he told people directly to beat the shit out of this kid over a shoe. And I'm just like, dude, come on, man. Like, you got to be better than that. I mean, they're going to listen to you. These are like, most of these are idiot teenagers who are all hyped up on whatever, the adrenaline, probably some drinking, probably some Molly or some shit. I mean, dude, these kids are there to fucking party, and they're going to do whatever you tell them. I mean, these kids idolize these musicians.
Unfortunately they do. And they're very influential when it comes to listening to what they say. And, somebody says, go out here and do this. Oh, well, that's why people buy shoes. Like, go and get these shoes because you'll be the shit if they get the shoes, or you'll be this, and all your friends will like you, and you have that wow factor and all that. So it's people. I mean, and granted, there's adults there too, and all that stuff like that. But still, the kids, it's unfortunate. But I know exactly what you're talking about with the whole getting the video about the shoe thing, because that's what I was talking about. They have the influence that he stopped the show over a shoe. I didn't realize it was him.
Yeah,
but he stopped a whole show over a freaking shoe.
Yeah.
You have that much power that if you know what's going on up close, if people are like, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there, so I
get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Well, and imagine telling a group of people to beat the shit when this person, at the very least, are going to get very seriously injured.
Mm-hmm.
and you're willing to do that to someone's child over a shoe. I mean, Travis Scott, dude, you're at my dog's barking like crazy, Duro.
I don't hear it.
Oh, you don't? Okay, good.
No. Oh, there it goes. Heard it.
If he does it too much longer, I think someone may be at the front door. If he does it for too much longer, I'm gonna have to go take care of it.
No, that's cool.
But he, yeah, I mean, I don't know how old Travis Scott is. I'm assuming he's relatively young, in his 20s, maybe 30. He's got to be better, man. Like, he just does. I mean, when you have that much money, that much influence, and that much just popularity, you have to be a better example than that. Just to tell people to beat the shit out of somebody over a shoe. I mean, I don't care how cool you are. I don't care how cool you think you are. I don't care what you want your status to look like. You're some badass. You have got to care about human lives more than that. And go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was gonna say I agree with you. I can't even say yes and no because it sounds like a fucking douche thing to say. I agree with you 100%. The only thing I gotta say this is that people need to stop looking at celebrities as role models.
That's a fact.
And idolizing them, and look at into the household, because one, celebrity is a celebrity because of the fans. They are doing that's just their job, but they do have a responsibility, 100%.
Yeah.
So they need to understand that people do idolize them and look at them as a role model, because even though they're not, people shouldn't, but that's how it is. So they have a responsibility to not do negative stuff, because or do bad stuff. Say, hey, if you, don't do this, don't do what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but don't do this. You shouldn't do this. Learn from my mistakes, something like that.
Yeah.
But don't be like telling people, beat his ass or because he took my shoe. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Get
the guy out of here. Go out the proper way of doing stuff. And if the shoe is that important to you, it's like shit.
Well, and I get what you're saying. It's basically, yes, he has influence, but also where's the personal responsibility of these? These are not robots down there. They're human beings that can make their own decisions. And maybe just because someone tells you to beat the shit out of somebody, maybe don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yes, correct.
So I get that, but I mean, for when I was young, I was influenced by, I dressed certain ways, maybe said certain things because something funny was said in a movie, so I regurgitated it forever. Younger kids are just influenced. We just are. I mean, I'm not a little kid anymore, so I guess it's easier for a 40-year-old to look down at these teenagers and say, do better. But, I'm mature. I've learned from making those mistakes.
Absolutely.
But these kids, so that's why I kind of, in this situation, look, I'm all about personal responsibility. That's big for me. But there's some cases, and there is something to be had from the people who were down there trampling on people, and the thing over the shoe, the people that were doing that, listening to Travis. Yeah, you definitely bear some personal responsibility there. But Travis Scott has to understand that he has actual influence. He can tell people to do stuff. These are not 40-year-olds that have their own like these are kids who don't know themselves. They're just dummies at a concert who will do whatever the celebrity tells them to do. So Travis Scott also has to understand that that's pathetic, number one. Number two, he needs to grow up. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know him. Maybe he's a nice guy, but when you openly incite violence, I lose a lot of respect for you immediately.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. He does have responsibility. He has that influence. He needs to understand. I was gonna go somewhere with this. He needs to understand that his words carry, and people, the younger generation, they just want to fit in. That's what I was gonna say. They want to feel like they belong to something. So, like you said, when you go to movies and see something that's funny, and you tell your friends or something like that, oh yeah, I saw this and this, because you want to relate and fit in and feel a part of that tribe. So you'll do what you need to do to feel a part of that tribe.
Yeah.
Because that's, adolescents, whether it's kids, teenagers, I'm pretty sure that this was a adult venue, but even then, you probably have some kids there that's with their cousins or their older brothers and like that. And that
Was it like
uncles,
an
whatever.
18 and over maybe type of thing?
I think it was, but either or, still, mentality wise,
Yeah.
18, we wasn't mature at 18.
No, I was an idiot at 18. I'm still
Yeah.
an idiot. Okay, I was
We were
18. I was a moron.
We were adults. we were legal, but we were not mature at
No.
18. I mean, but so yeah, that mentality is different. And even then we have that I'm invincible. I'm a hothead. I can do what I want because I'm an adult now. So
Now you're dead.
So, exactly. So that's yeah. I get what you're saying on that part right there. Personal responsibility on both parts. Travis he needs he has stuff he needs to own up to, and he has no choice. He has to because the venue was in his
The Astroworld thing.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yep.
So I'll tell you another thing I saw on there too that was bad on Twitter. You talking about shoes? Some guy posted on Twitter his shoes, and he said Astroworld was crazy, but I had a great time. And he had a picture of it was some white. I think they're Nikes. Yeah, they're Nikes, white Nikes, and they're covered in blood.
Like actual blood?
Yep, from the event.
So was he one of the people that trampled someone? Was he part of that?
That's he didn't state that, but I'm like people was posting on reposting that stuff. I'm like, how can you like even brag about this or even put this up? That's
dude,
like
you may have just told on yourself. I mean, you could that might get his ass in, because that picture's not going anywhere.
No, that's on the internet.
Now he can take it down right now, and it's there forever. So he may have just indicted himself later on down the road. I mean, we'll see. But
yep.
Are you conspiracy there? Everyone says they're not, but come on.
I listen to stuff, and I think I know where you're going with this one. But yeah, go ahead.
Listen, guys, I don't know jack shit about Travis Scott. I don't know what is up with this guy. All I know is that he's popular and teenagers love his music. That's all. That's literally, and he's black. That's all I know about him. Okay. Maybe he's a nice guy. I'm just going to throw that out there one more time. So the conspiracies are, there's a couple. One, apparently some people think he's actually demonic. They think that he's a devil worshiper. Have you heard that one?
I haven't heard that out straight, like come out and say, "Oh, he's a devil worshiper" like that. But I saw something today that was insinuating that about the event and how everything was set up.
Yeah. Apparently, at the beginning, they had a dove, but some people said it was supposed to be a phoenix, but most people were saying no, that was clearly a dove that was on fire over. At the beginning, there was like some. It wasn't an actual dove. It was a like some sort of like hologram looking dove. They had something on fire, and it was supposed to symbolize, dove means like love and peace or whatever, and it was on fire. And here's something that was kind of weird. They had apparently at the beginning they had 8 huge flame things that would go off at different times. Exactly 8 of them. 8 people died. Look, I know how this sounds, guys. I know it's like shut the fuck up, idiot. I get it, but apparently there was some weird stuff with the setup, and they were comparing it to like the way his stage was set up. They were comparing it like, I don't know. I should do a little more research on this part. Forgive me, but
I got you on this one.
All right, go ahead. Thank you.
So they were comparing it to the way that the stage was set up. It was a cross that was upside down, inverted cross, and it was leading into the portal of hell.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah, teamwork.
I'm glad you're here because I was falling off quick on that one. I don't know, man. Look, the Illuminati bull stuff has been. Everyone thinks everybody famous is in the Illuminati. I don't know. I mean, I honestly, it's hard to form an opinion on something that seems so far out of my reach as far as anything I could know about. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Illuminati.
They're not part of Illuminati.
They're always doing this shit.
Man, that they've been
I don't
doing that
know. I don't
since
know.
broke.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you this. Do I believe that there are some mega powers that have just tons of money and there's like
Soros,
they
bro. That dude's
control
a
most
cancer.
of the currency around the world? They can do whatever they want? Absolutely, I believe that. Do do I believe that they're controlling everything that happens with every little incident? No. Do I believe that they have pull? Yes. Do I believe that a lot of them are untouchable? Absolutely. Illuminati, that's just that will go more into conspiracy theory things. I wouldn't call it the Illuminati. I will say that there are some people that just have a lot of abundance and just like a lot of money, and with that money comes power.
Maybe that's maybe. Here's what it probably is, and this is just me talking out of my ass. There probably is an Illuminati, and they're probably wealthy, and they probably do weird little get-togethers and shit. But as far as like some world controlling entity where they control the media and they control what we consume and they control every aspect of our lives, that's probably a gross exaggeration. But there probably is an elite level, like a group of elitists that have a lot of pull and try to do things in their own interests. That seems perfectly reasonable.
Absolutely. No. I agree 100%. That's very reasonable. And
if you don't see us on Thursday, it's because we died tonight.
right. No, I believe that's very possible, very doable, and believable. I mean, I believe that there's a elitist of people who have just abundance of money, like, and you probably wouldn't even know. You probably met some, but you wouldn't know that who they are, because I'll tell you right now, people who have stuff like that, they don't go around bragging. They don't talk about it. It's like, oh, this and this, and like they keep to their own.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, but the whole Travis Scott, demonic, the 8 people was a sacrifice and all. I heard that too. There was a demonic sacrifice. They had to have 8 people die and blah blah, and that was their souls was being sucked into how the stage was a portal in hell. They were conjuring the Antichrist, and I'm like, nah, yeah, I ain't doing that. No, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. That's a little much. People look for symbolism, and look, he could be. It feels weird calling people devil worshippers. Does anybody worship the devil? I mean, I guess if people worship Jesus, people worship the devil. So, but how do you sacrifice exactly 8 people in a crowd of like 50,000 and not accidentally sacrifice 9? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, it seems like if people were getting trampled, but I also heard that there was like people in the crowd that were injecting people with drugs.
I heard that too. I was like,
that
I
is
heard
scary.
They were injecting. I was like, what they're in? I
like
thought
a needle,
they were saying that they were injecting like the COVID viruses to people and shit like that.
Oh,
I'm like, what?
No, but, apparently there was like some fentanyl going around. Which, dude, fentanyl, fucking terrible. I mean, it doesn't terrify me because I don't do those kind of drugs. But apparently, I was actually listening to the Joe Rogan podcast today where he was talking to somebody. And they looked up. It's like the amount of fentanyl it takes to actually kill a human being is so little. It's not much. So when they say something is laced with fentanyl, we're not talking about a lot of drugs here. It's like very lightly laced with it, and it's enough to take you out. It's fucking scary.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. So I was like,
apparently it's like a heroin, but it's like way stronger. It's something like that.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, it's bizarre, man. Are you you don't have to answer this, but are you a religious person?
I was actually born and raised Christian Baptist, but when I got older, I did my own research, and I was like, I read the Bible, and I have my own walk with God. So I still consider myself a Christian, call myself a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm not a denomination. It's just something. It's faith that I have installed in me, and like reading the Bible, I've read everything except up to Revelations. And people are like, well, why did you read Revelations?
That's the fun one, dude.
Exactly. That's one that they scare your ass into do everything. I was like, do I really want to be scared into doing something? I was like, no, I'm a good person. I don't
Yeah.
want to be scared to be a good person. I want to be a good person because I am a good person, because I want to do what's right, what I believe is right, just not because of they say, oh well, this isn't right. So how can you call yourself a religious person or so I call myself a spiritual person. I don't call myself religious because I don't go to church. Well, church is always here for me. People say, oh, you don't go to church, but church is here. I talk to God all the time.
Is that just a lazy way of not going to church?
No.
I'm just joking.
No. No, honestly, no. Because people, and I've been actually, well, that's not church. I was like, no, that is church. It's like,
Yeah.
well, how's that church? Church has been two or more people gather together.
You bipolar?
Well, two or three people gather together. Say, well, no. I guess you can say me, myself, and I is gathering together. So, because I'm good.
Yeah.
Like nothing's.
I get exactly what you're saying, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. We can go down if you want. We got time.
Yeah.
So,
We got about 30 minutes here. You know, I'm sorry, were you done or?
no. I can go on and on and on because this is about that topic right there. But go ahead.
All I was going to say is that I'm actually very similar. We actually, Katrina and I both, Katrina's my wife. I'm sure everybody watching this knows that. We both grew up pretty much in the South, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I never know if to call that the Midwest or the South. I think it's more South. But we grew up Baptist. Went to church all the time. My mom made us go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. And the church, that's back when the church bus used to run. They'd come pick you up and drop you off.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I probably my mid-20s, I started, like, kind of like what you said, just kind of started thinking about it more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, first of all, there are how many different religions, and then on top, and then even within Christianity, you have like, I don't know how many denominations,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks that, and especially when it's broken up by the whole religions, it's like completely different religions. And there's like Buddhists, there's people, Islam. They think that they're right, but we are convinced. And I say we, I mean people that are, grew up in Christianity or currently Christians. Their way's the right way. You have to do it their way to get to heaven. And I'm like, dude, somebody's wrong here. It's like, and if I say like 2 or 3 times in a row, once again, I'm gonna stop this podcast. I'm gonna slit my own throat. I promise. I'm so sick of saying like. I start doing that when I get nervous.
No, it's completely fine. I understand. It's a controversial topic, so people, you can get a lot of hate, you can get a lot of agreement. So I understand, but
I like the hate. That makes me happy.
fuck it. I get what you're saying, 100%, and yeah, I have that walk with myself and with me and God, and with the whole thing about somebody has to be wrong, somebody has to be right. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, yeah, you're right, but I think that everybody's right to a certain degree because they all stem off of the same idea.
Yeah, be a good person. Don't kill people. Don't rape people.
Exactly.
Don't steal from people. Yeah, just don't be a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Be a good person. It's my thing with there being a God is I'm not so arrogant that I would ever be an atheist. I think atheist, it takes an incredible amount of arrogance to be an atheist because I mean, when you think about it, they are for sure there's no God. They are atheist. So it takes just as much. They don't know what they're talking about either. They don't know where things started. They don't know how we got here. It's a Big Bang theory, which still doesn't explain pre-Big Bang, what's going to happen in the future, like just how life came about. It's all guesswork at this point. They have theories that they're working with, but no one really knows. So to say that there's no God and that anybody, basically a lot of atheists, unfortunately, look at Christians, and I'm not even a religious person, but I have a soft spot for religious people. When atheists, they basically think that Christians are suckers or religious people are suckers and there's idiots. And I'm like, dude, it takes a lot of arrogance to think that way, to think that you know but we're all idiots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you better be careful with that, and you better leave a little space in your heart for humility, because Jesus might come back, motherfucker. He might come back. Okay.
I was talking to my mom about that the other day. I was like, people think they're high and mighty and like, oh, this, and comes to atheists and all those other stuff, and even Christians, whoever, like different religions. It cracks me up because, part of the Bible is the rapture. When the second coming of Jesus Christ, and it comes up, and people, they'll just want to, he comes like a thief in the night and just swoop people up, and you see in here in movies and stories that you'll see people just start ascending and floating from, other people just sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know about all
that. I know, but you ever saw what's that movie called? This Is the End, or
Left Behind?
Not Left Behind. No, it's a comedy. It's called.
I think there's a comedy called This Is the End, but I don't think I've seen it. No.
Oh, bro, you gotta watch.
Who's in it?
You got what's that? You seen Pineapple Express, right?
Of course.
Rogan. He's in there. Yeah.
Joe Rogan? Oh, no, Seth Rogen. Oh, my God, I'm such a retard.
Seth Rogen, his whole crew.
Seth Rogen, gotcha.
No, not Joe Rogan.
It's like Joe Rogan was in that movie? Like, what am I missing?
Watch that, bro. Like, that whole, his whole little crew is really good.
He's got, like, Jonah Hill and stuff in it? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, remember we talking about the comedies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
Okay.
Watch that. You and Kat, watch it when you get a chance. Matter of fact, I'll watch my daughter again. It's that funny. It's good. But
why have I not seen that?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's on Netflix. You got to get it off of like Amazon or something.
Probably something like that. But by this time, it's probably free that you probably watch on Hubu or whatever like that. Or,
Hulu.
Yeah, probably you can watch on YouTube for free.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's you see people like floating up like a beam of light, pull them up because they're ascending.
Oh, it's about the rapture.
Yeah, the rapture.
Oh, okay.
And the apocalypse happened, like demons are rising up and stuff. But that's how the what's it called in the Bible, it goes Revelations. They talk about that in the rapture and all that stuff like that happens. And it's crazy because like I'm like you said, people having that humility, and how can you say that it doesn't exist? Like, you pay for life insurance, right? You pay like most people pay for life insurance.
Actually, probably should. I don't have any life insurance right now.
Get some life. We'll talk about that off. You pay some life insurance, car insurance. Let's go with car insurance. Things that you have to pay for. Have you ever seen that car insurance besides a little card? No. Or something that you download. You're paying, hoping that it's gonna pay out if you get an accident.
What the hell is your analogy here? What are you talking about?
Just the whole religion stuff, like atheists and like not believing and thinking like, okay, hey, oh well, I don't believe in God, and you're stupid to believe in that one.
Gotcha.
But
to be fair, everyone's. Well, I've never been in a car wreck. I mean, I'm an excellent driver, but I've heard about them. I've heard about car wrecks.
Yeah.
Katrina has been in wrecks, so you know what happens. You know the insurance does something.
Okay.
Religion. We assume that when we die, if you're religious, you assume something happens, but that's never been verified in the physical, except what we've read in books.
Yeah.
According to them, according to what you've read. Like, I don't know anybody who's ever actually seen, of course, granted, I don't know a whole lot of people, but I've never seen anything. I've never heard of anybody who's actually seen something, who's got some actual video evidence of something supernatural or religious related supernatural event happening. It's all hearsay. It's all in books. It's all in fairy tales. That's my problem with the religion. I believe that there's a good chance there's a God. I just don't think the way we perceive it and the way we force it out through religion, I just think if there's a God, he's way too powerful and it's way bigger than any religion. I think his, like, what he thinks about or whatever you want to call it, thinks about and just does with his time, it's not focused on eating pork or not. I mean, he doesn't know. Like, that's too small of a thing. Like that. There's no way that's just different societies and different religions have found ways to try to explain God, try to explain religion. So they come up with these like practices that they do and things that they restrict. But I don't think all the little details that surround religion mean jack shit to an actual God.
I agree.
I don't know. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree 100% because for me, reading the Bible and everything and getting a better understanding and reading it multiple times and getting an understanding, everything except Revelations. Because like I said, don't have to scare me into to understand something. I can read it and comprehend stuff properly and apply it where I need to. So it contradicts itself many times in the Bible. And I'm not knocking religion. I'm not knocking the Bible. It's been altered by man to fit certain agendas.
Well, isn't it true too that a lot of, like, back in the day when they were putting the Bible together, there were books written at the same time during like the same meetings when they were putting the Bible together that got left out because it didn't flow with the narrative that they were trying to come up with through the Bible. I don't know. Look, Katrina's actually way more knowledgeable about the Bible than I am because she was a lot heavier into it back when she wasn't into it in high school. She actually knows a lot about the Bible. She could probably clean that up for me. But man-made religion is just not my thing. But I do believe that I'm agnostic, but I would, if you put a gun in my head, I would say there's probably something big out there, like probably something, I don't know. But I think the way we've tried to perceive it and the way that we have portrayed it upon the world with our little man-made religions and rules and guidelines, I think that's probably horseshit.
I don't say, should I say this on this air? I don't say it on here. I don't care. The thing that really tipped me off and just really made me question everything that was about religion was when was it? Back in the early 2000s when all those molestations happened in the Catholic Church. And the priests were getting like as people was coming out left and right, saying, no, I was molested. I'm like, what the hell? Before that, there's a law in place that sodomy, you know what sodomy is, right?
Yeah. Anal sex, right?
Yeah. Sodomy was illegal. It was
literally I wasn't born today.
I just gotta make sure. And this is for the viewers too. Some people might not know what it is. So sodomy was illegal.
Okay.
You couldn't have anal sex. Once all those cases of molestation inside the Catholic Church was happening and coming out and being present in the news, a law was passed that sodomy is no longer illegal.
And this all happened around the same time?
The same year. Before anybody was prosecuted.
Wow.
So I'm not saying that that's the reason why that law was passed.
Well, but isn't the rape enough? The molestation? Does it matter if it was sodomy or not?
The rape. Well, yes.
I mean, either way, you're fucking little boys.
Exactly. So, you can get a misdemeanor and a felony on different types of sexual assault, I believe. So it depends on how.
I guess it was just the amount that they could prosecute them.
Yes.
Just whatever sentences that they were going to potentially face would have been a lot less if it wasn't a felony.
Pretty much, if they can push it to make it a slap on the wrist or make it like, oh no, you going to jail, boy.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you molest a child and a little boy, I mean, I hate to be gruesome about this, but it's either the mouth or the butt. So
shouldn't matter.
So my point is, why is it? I guess I'm confused on why it matters that it's sodomy or not. I mean, you're still fucking up a little child, and that should be enough to send you away for a long time.
It really should be. It should be. And I'm not a lawyer, I don't know the law like that, so I'm not gonna get into this whole debate about that one. It's not even a debate, but because I know somebody's gonna be like, "Well, you're wrong, this and this," and I'm like, I'm not trying to be wrong or right. I'm just saying what I've observed and
Mhm.
I've been what I see when I watch the news. When I did watch the news like that, I'm like, that's weird. And like I said, I can go into another thing about scripture inside the Bible that's just like talking about the man of the law of man will be the law in heaven too. It's I'm paraphrasing, but not going into detail. But I'm like basically saying what the law is on that man makes, it will be upheld in heaven too. I'm like, so you're saying whatever we create?
That's stupid.
I'm like,
No, that's dumb.
bro, y'all like that contradicts. That fits your agenda.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some things that adults just have to just look at what it says and just use some common sense. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if somebody sees this on religion wise, like, well, you're quoting it wrong. Like I said,
I'm sure
I'm
we
not
are.
trying to make this a religious podcast. We just something we brought up,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm 100% sure I'm paraphrasing it and quoting it wrong.
Dude.
But that's the purpose of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, nah, I'm cool. So that's like, walk with life. I walk with I have my own spiritual walk. Do good unto others. I believe I have a spiritual. I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. But yeah, just I have my own walk with God. Plain and simple.
Dude, imagine going to prison for having sex with a little boy. Just imagine the world that you're walking into.
I don't want to imagine that.
You walk into prison. Hold on a second. You walk into prison your first day. Just the stares before anything happens. Because I've heard. Look, I don't know how much of this is.
I can confirm things for you. I have friends who've been to prison.
Okay, well, confirm it then, because it amazes me that given what happens to these people when you go to prison for that kind of thing, that alone should be enough to scare people out of the business. But it doesn't. For some reason, these motherfuckers won't stop fucking little kids. It blows my mind that you could go to prison and probably will go to prison. Even if you don't, let's say you go to prison, nothing physical, they didn't hurt you, they didn't kill you, blah, blah, blah. Let's say you served your time and got out. You're a fucking pedophile. You're on the registered sex offender list. For even that alone should be enough to scare people away from it, and it doesn't.
I agree.
All right, go ahead. Like, fucking,
I agree.
Guys, cut it out.
I agree. I mean, and here's the thing. If you go to prison, there's two things that you can't go to prison for. Well, you can go to prison for, but you don't want to go to prison for these two things. Messing with little kids and messing with women.
Yep.
People who domesticated abuse, you get your ass whooped in there for that, for females.
But they won't kill you, right?
They won't kill you. They whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Kids, you done. Like, if they find out, and usually they do, because if you go to prison,
word gets around.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, you are PC. It's called PC, protective custody, PC'd up. That's you're serving your time by yourself, or you're gonna die.
And my guess is that most of the time they will find a way to get to you. I mean, because you're not in solitary confinement for the whole time.
No, you are though.
Oh, you are?
Yes, unless a guard allows somebody to you. It's like somehow some paperwork just gets confined, or just somehow
camera shuts off for 5 minutes.
The camera shuts off. The wrong person was let out into the yard with you on the schedule. Just happened to happen like that, and then oh shit, what happened? But yeah, no, I heard stories and I have friends who been in prison. Like, oh yeah, anyone who came out for kids, you done. Like, you might as well just say, nope, I just need some soap and water so I can wash my own ass in my own cell.
I'll tell you right now, if I ever have sex with a kid and I go to prison, or
Did you stop saying that?
I said if. Okay.
There is no if.
I'm just saying, if it ever happened, I promise you I won't go to prison, because I swear to God, I will blow my brains out. I swear to God. There's no way you couldn't. There's no way I would go to prison for that.
Adam, you had to be possessed for that. And like zombie possessed. Like, I don't know what because no.
Well, fortunately, my brain, I don't know what happens in these dudes' brain that make them attracted to little kids, but I like grown-ass women with big old titties, thankfully.
See, here's my thing. I love grown women with big ass titties too.
I know. I Ava Devine. I was looking at her the other day after you. I looked into her a little bit more after we talked about it on the podcast. I'm like, it's weird. She's not my type, but at the same time, I get it. I get why you love her. She's Ava Devine.
Oh yeah.
Is that am I saying that right? Ava?
Yeah, no, you're
Ava
right,
Devine. Yeah. She's not my type, but I 100% get why you like her so much.
Mm-hmm.
She's got big old fake titties. She's got lip fillers. You said she's like Asian or Filipino or something, right?
She's like Filipino, yes.
Yeah.
Filipino mix or something.
And she's got like that MILF / like cougar look to her. Like, I get it. Yeah, she's hot as fuck.
Yeah, that bro, and her tits wasn't that big before, and I've seen a video of her getting them injected and even more. Like, oh wow. But back in the day, like in the early 2000s, the 90s, yeah, oh bro, she used to go in on it and like just like hardcore. Like you were like, oh, is this regular porn or is this BDSM? Because like she taking it. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, man, it's. I'm glad you can appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to be more of a hater. I'd be like, it's not my type. But then as I got older, we're almost done, kiddo. Unless she can't hear me, can she?
No.
Oh. But as I got older, I was able to start to at least try. I've tried to get better at putting myself in other people's shoes and really try to see things from different perspectives instead of just being stuck in my own little box. And it's helped me to be able to at least get where someone's coming from and appreciate their perspective on something. I don't know. I'm not sure why I added that. It's like, okay.
No. I mean, and I get what you're saying because it's that's called tolerance. It's called seeing somebody's view from a different perspective, and it's like, okay, well, why do you like this? Okay, like me, I like blondes, but I'm not like I gotta have a big blonde, big booty, and big breasts. Like I love the other two, but a blonde isn't the deal killer for me. It's like, okay. I have a friend who I love blondes. I'm like, besides you, my other friend too that love blondes. I'm like, it don't matter to me.
But the dark hair drives you crazy, huh?
Dark hair, I like redheads. It's redheads with green emerald eyes. Oh my god,
kills you, huh?
Oh fuck.
Well, Ryan, we got to another one, buddy.
We did, and it was a good one too. We hit a couple of good topics. I think
for people, for two guys who doesn't know shit about what we were talking about in the beginning, I think we did a pretty good job with Travis Scott.
Yeah. Like I said, this is for entertainment purposes, stuff that we see and put out there. We're not lawyers. We're not.
No. I think we know just about as much as anybody else that's talking about it right now because there's just so little facts except the few little clips and stuff. But
so it's just opinions that we put out there and what we see out there, and that's what it is. So no, this is good discussion. It's something that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are talking about and wondering too. So yeah.
All right, guys, we will see you guys again here on Thursday, Lord willing. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. DePaul, see you later, buddy.
All right, brother.